Being a VA/ASMR artist does have its advantages. For one, if you are really good at what you do, you can have people pay you to voice something they wrote. This is called a commission, and it can be quite rewarding on both sides because on one hand, if you get enough commissions, you may be able to work from home and be able to pay all your bills, and they are happy hearing their favorite VA voice something that they worked hard on and you brought to life. Now, obviously, everyone doesn't immediately enter the world of voice acting and start making $1,000 out the gate. Even the quote-unquote adult VAs take a while to get their names out there. When you first start out, you'll be lucky to make even anything above $50. This is what 23-year-old Bryson Miller found out. However, his story is not one of success, but a story of pure panic and fear for his life. Growing up, Bryson would always find joy in making others laugh by imitating his favorite cartoon characters. Before his parents got divorced, he would sit them down on the couch in the living room and put on a show for them and make them laugh. He would always get in trouble in all of his classes for being the class clown. When Bryson was in his senior year of high school, he joined an improv theater group and he hit it off with all of his group mates. They would always vote him to be the lead in every scene they did, and his group would always win the friendly competitions. His counselor told him that he could have a bright future with a career in voice acting because of his talent to change into a totally different person. But after graduation, he never really did anything with his gift. He landed a stable job at the local mega hardware store and made his way to middle management. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse when a work-related accident left Bryson unable to walk, and he had to be let go from his job. Because he was still living at home, he had to contribute what little he could. Thankfully, his understanding mother worked as an LVN and was making a decent amount of money. Since he lost his high-paying job and didn't want to appear like a bad son, Bryson started digging into his savings account that he had planned to use towards a month-long vacation to LA. Month after month, Bryson would just keep digging and digging into his savings and just lay at home all day playing Minecraft and watching YouTube videos. Eventually, this caught up to him and he was running low on money. He had roughly 2 more months at most, assuming he didn't buy his monthly supply of junk food and energy drinks. Bryson knew that he could not live with his mother and that he would surely be kicked out and forced to live with his extremely religious grandparents in a cramped trailer in Utah, or with his father in Ohio and work for his dad's cousin's meatpacking company. Not wanting to do that, he remembered what his counselor told him a couple years ago about having a career in voice acting. He searched high and low, but all the studios required more than what he was qualified for. So, he did the next best thing. He went to YouTube for the answers. He found out that many VAs that were in the Flash animations had successful YouTube careers. So, he decided to look on Craigslist, eBay, and even Facebook Marketplace for a cheap microphone. 2 weeks later, he found a used USB mic for $40. From there on, he spent his every waking moment creating an amazing voice acting channel. He was far from being on the same level as the bigger names out there, but he did have a steady 200 followers on Twitter, and within a month, he had gained over 500 subscribers. Then, one day, his life would be forever changed.
Who is this? Hey, Bryson. I heard your voice acting content, and I wanted to know if I could pay you to voice these scripts or stories I've been writing. I'd be willing to pay, but I do not see any commission prices. Please get back to me as soon as you can and discuss payment and the steps on how to go about this. Loving your content, sincerely, Jay.
Bryson could not believe what he was reading. His first ever commission. Bryson didn't feel he was in any place to charge an arm and a leg since he was barely at 1,000 subscribers. So, he felt in order to be fair to both himself and Jay, he would only charge a low amount. This way, Bryson felt like he did not rip Jay off, and that would encourage them to keep commissioning him.
Hey there, Jay. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. It would be an honor to have you as my very first commission. Well, because I'm just starting out, I feel it would be unfair to charge you a high price. How does $30 sound? And send.
Bryson was ecstatic. Now, he could start making money off what he does, and he could do it in the comfort of his room. Bryson daydreamed of having his days filled with staying home, enjoying his mom's cooking, doing what he loves, and never having to move out to go to work with his father in Ohio. The next morning, he had awoken to an email from Jay.
Good morning. I am sorry I did not reply sooner. I had some few loose ends to tie on my end, and at the old homestead, my old lady wouldn't stop bugging me, haha. Well, while I do appreciate the consideration, I do not think $30 is a fair price for how talented you are. How about, out of the generosity of my heart, I up it to $50 per commission? You do that for me? That is extremely generous of you, Jay. That sounds like a plan. Just send me what you would want me to read, and here's my PayPal. Oh, and feel free to add me on Discord. I am usually on there with my RuneScape buddies and a small group of my fans.
No later than 30 minutes go by, and here comes Jay into his Discord. His profile picture is of the Joker from the animated Batman series. His nickname was Mr. J, spelled M-I-S-T-A. Wonder how long it took him to think of that. They began striking up conversations about video games and sports, to Bryson's accident and what Jay did for a living, and so forth. Then, it came time for the script. Jay had sent it to Bryson's email, and Bryson was shocked to see how short it was for $50.
Hey, Jay, this is a rather short script. Are you sure you want to pay me $50 to read just a paragraph?
Bryson immediately began working on recording the script. The script called for using his hero's voice and saying a few cheesy action lines for an apparent comedy flash animation.
I, Captain Awesome Volcano, vow to protect the city of Bubble Bottom from scary toilet monsters and from the rising threat of fart ninjas. They will be no match for my lava powers that I shoot from my nostrils and my super loud burp powers. Fear me, my enemies, for I will flip you like a block of grilled cheese and a tuna fish sundae. That sure was interesting. But hey, $50 just to say stupid shit. I'll do this all day, every day. This is gonna be awesome.
For the next several times that month, Bryson would receive small scripts from Jay and then perform them. They typically consisted of toilet humor, cheesy puns, and dead memes. However, Bryson would pour his all into it. Bryson was apparently so good, he made $500 in less than a week. Bryson was beyond ecstatic. If he could make $500 a week, multiply that by 4 weeks a month, he would be bringing in over $2,000 a month. If he wanted to move out from his mom's house, he could be out by the end of the year. He did have to hide how much he was really making from his mother though. Granted, Jay was Bryson's only customer. He and Jay were slowly becoming good friends. Both of them would rant about how people being this and that and the other. Rant about how Magic the Gathering is superior to all of the card games. And even share deep, intimate facts about themselves, such as the reason why his mother and father got divorced. Bryson felt he made an actual new best friend. This would end rather abruptly. One day, Jay's demeanor completely changed. Jay would not be as responsive to Discord messages as he normally was. Thinking he did something wrong, Bryson messaged him over and over and apologized for seemingly nothing. When Jay had finally replied, his messages became angrier.
You know, we have been good friends for a while now, and I've been giving you my hard-earned money to hear your voice say what I write. That's all well and good, but how come you've never offered to show your face? We are friends now, right? Show me your face. Jay? What is the matter? Did I do something to offend you, or are you having a bad day? I mean, this is truly odd behavior. Is this some sort of prank to get me all freaked out for the next script? Huh? 6 devil emojis. The fuck does that mean?
Just then, Bryson received an email, not a Discord message, from Jay for another script. He opened it, and the mood suddenly shifted. Instead of scripts about fart jokes and dark humor, the script sounded like a confession to a crime that someone had done. It sounded awfully familiar for some reason.
Jay, I just read your new script. Is everything okay? This isn't like you. Are you sure this is not just a way of you pranking me or anything? You really think I would prank you? No, you get the $50. I get my script voiced. That was our deal, right, best friend? I want my audio recorded by tonight, in the next 3 hours.
Bryson was undoubtedly shocked. Jay had never shown any signs of aggression or this type of behavior, and he couldn't think of anything he may have said or done to make Jay this upset. However, because he did not want to give up his income, he did it to the best of his abilities and sent it over. He later received a message from Jay, but decided not to read it and play some Minecraft to take his mind off what just happened. Throughout his entire game session, his Discord was exploding. In the heat of the moment, Bryson angrily put his phone on silent and resumed playing. After a good 4 hours or so, he decided to check his phone. To his horror, Jay had sent over 80 messages.
Answer me, hello, answer me, hello, reply, answer me, don't ignore me, don't ignore me, I know you're there, hello, answer me.
Just then, Bryson received the last Discord message he would ever receive from Jay.
Since you want to be a little fucking bitch and ignore me, consider this your last commission? Because I am such a nice guy, I'll forgive you, so I PayPal'd you $500. However, if you don't send me the script by 11 p.m. tonight, I will say I never received my scripts you promised, and you had hacked and stolen money from me. And don't think I won't swat you.
Bryson opened his email, and attached was a script titled, "The Little Bitch in the Wheelchair." This script was over 13 pages long. It was the most disturbing script Jay had ever written. In the script, it talked about in explicit detail what Bryson had done play by play on certain days, and when his mom would come home, when Bryson would wheelchair his way to the sidewalk to move the trash cans out, which side of the street on certain days when his mom's new boyfriend parked his car to visit, even down to what Bryson was wearing on certain days. It ended with it going into detail on how Jay wanted to have Bryson to himself to be his boyfriend. Bryson was now fed up with his new, now ex-best friend.
You know what, Jay? Fuck you. Have your stupid $500 back. Stay the hell away from me, you sick psychopath. I swear if I ever see you, I will pin you to the ground and turn your face into ground beef. You got that, you son of a bitch? You are unable to send messages to this recipient. Oh, god damn it.
Bryson was furious. All the hard-earned money will soon be gone just because of some psychotic fanboy. Bryson's fury would soon turn into the scariest moment of his life. As he was about to exit his room to go to the kitchen for a drink, he heard a slight tapping on his window. Bryson slowly did a 180 and looked behind him. Standing on the roof outside of his window in the darkness was Jay. He was dressed up as the Joker now from the Dark Knight movie. All of his teeth were razor sharp, and he had blood all over his face. His glasses were see-through, just enough to see his crazed, wide-eyed look glare. Bryson yelled at the top of his lungs for his mom to call the police. That was enough for Jay to leave, but before he did, he drew a giant cartoon heart in blood all over the window, kissed, and licked the window, leaving behind a gross kiss stain and a glob of blood, then bolted away. The police did what they could, but unfortunately, Jay must have known that the sprinklers would turn on, so he changed the direction of them to wash off the bloody heart and his DNA before the police could arrive. Bryson never heard from Jay again. Not an email from PayPal saying there was fraudulent activity. No letters in the mail from his bank saying that the money he made would be returned to sender. Not even a threatening letter written in blood. However, Bryson decided that he would never do commissions ever again.
Okay, YouTube, commissions closed. Twitter, Mike Bryson, the actor, edit bio, commissions closed. Instagram, Bryson X72, edit bio, commissions closed. Alright, that's everything. I better call my dad. Looks like I'm taking a road trip to Ohio. Jay, wherever you are, I hope we never meet again.